Imagine you are standing in the middle of a burning room. Every single thing you love, every ambition you've ever had, and every memory you hold dear is being turned into ash right before your eyes. You have 10 seconds to act. What do you save? You'd scream, you'd fight, you'd scramble to rescue every fragment of your existence from the flames. Now, look at the device in your hand. Look at the clock on your wall. Your life is that burning room. And right now, you are sitting on the floor, watching it burn, scrolling through digital noise while your most precious resource, your time, evaporates into nothingness. You aren't just relaxing. You are committing a slow, silent robbery against your future self. But what if I told you that there is an ancient Japanese word, a concept so powerful it once defined the soul of a nation that can stop the fire? A philosophy that doesn't just teach you how to manage time, but how to worship it. It's called Mottainai. And if you stay with me for the next few minutes, I am going to take you back to a time in Japan where wasting a single grain of rice was considered a sin against the universe. I am going to show you the story of a man who lost everything, only to find the secret of infinite productivity in the ruins of his life. By the end of this video, you will never look at a spare 5 minutes the same way again. Because once you understand Mottainai, you don't just become disciplined, you become unstoppable. The year is 1945. Tokyo is a landscape of ghosts and charcoal. A young man named Hiroshi stands amidst the rubble of what used to be his family's workshop. In his hand, he holds a broken ceramic bowl, a piece of kintsugi that survived the fire. To anyone else, this was trash. To Hiroshi, it was a reminder of a world that no longer existed. In the West, we are taught that if something is broken, you replace it. If time is spent, you just wait for more to arrive tomorrow. But in the Japan that Hiroshi lived in, there was no tomorrow guaranteed. There was only the motenai. Motenai is a word that doesn't have a direct translation in English. It is a mix of regret, gratitude, and a sacred duty to extract the full essence of every object, every moment, and every breath. It is the gut-wrenching feeling that something has been wasted without fulfilling its purpose. When Hiroshi looked at that broken bowl, he didn't see a failure. He saw a soul that still had work to do. And this is the first open loop I need you to understand. Most of you are failing at life not because you lack talent, but because you treat your time like disposable plastic. You think there's always more. But the Mottainai philosophy teaches us that time is not a river that keeps flowing. It is a sacred vessel that once cracked can never be refilled. Why do you think you can't focus? Why do you think your to-do list feels like a death sentence? Because you have lost the sense of the sacred. You treat your hours like pebbles on a beach. But to a master of Mottainai, every hour is a diamond. Let's go deeper into Hiroshi's story, because here lies the secret to the ancient system. Hiroshi had nothing left but his hands and his time. He began to observe the craftsmen who were rebuilding the city. They didn't have modern tools. They didn't have productivity apps. What they had was a ritualized obsession with the essence. If a carpenter had a scrap of wood, he didn't throw it away. He spent hours figuring out how that scrap could become a peg, a handle, or a wedge. He refused to let the wood's potential die. This is the Mottainai time-blocking system. Most people block time for big things, meetings, gym, work, but they waste the scraps. The 5 minutes waiting for a coffee, the 10 minutes on the train, the 15 minutes between calls. To you, those are scraps. To Hiroshi and the masters of old, those are the golden fragments. If you ignore the fragments, you lose the year. Think about it. If you waste just 30 minutes a day on mindless scrolling, that is 182 hours a year. That is over 7 full days of your life burned at the stake. Mottainai, what a waste, what a tragedy. But how did Hiroshi go from a beggar in the ruins to a master of his craft? He used the 3 pillars of the time soul, and I'm going to reveal them to you right now because they are the only reason you aren't achieving your goals today. Pillar number 1, the regret of the unused. Hiroshi realized that the greatest waste wasn't the broken bowl, it was his own unused potential. Every hour he spent grieving was an hour he wasn't building. In the Mottainai system, you must conduct a time autopsy every night. Ask yourself, did I extract the marrow out of this day, or did I just let it rot? If you feel that sting of regret, good. That is the Mottainai spirit trying to wake you up. Most people suppress that regret with more distraction. The master uses it as fuel. Pillar number 2, the sanctity of the small. Hiroshi noticed that the greatest temples in Kyoto weren't built in a day.
They were built by men who treated every single nail as if it were the most important nail in the world. You think you need big blocks of time to write a book, start a business, or learn a language? You are waiting for a perfect window that will never open. Hiroshi learned that the small is where the big lives. He started carving small wooden dolls from the debris in his spare minutes. Just minutes. Within a year, he had a collection that people traveled miles to see. The Mottainai system isn't about working more. It's about never letting a moment die without meaning. Before we get to the third and most dangerous pillar, the one that will literally change the way your brain processes reality, we need to talk about why your modern life is a Mottainai nightmare. You are living in an era of planned obsolescence, not just for your phone, but for your attention. The engineers of distraction want you to believe that your time is worth nothing. They want you to give it away for free to their platforms. They are the looters in your burning room, and the only way to stop them is to adopt the samurai shield of Mottainai. Imagine every notification is a thief trying to steal a grain of rice from your bowl. If someone came into your house and stole your food, you'd fight. Why don't you fight when they steal your life? Hiroshi had to fight. He had to compete with factory-made goods that were flooding the market. He was told his hand-carved dolls were a waste of time. Just use a machine, they said. It's more efficient. But Hiroshi understood something the machines didn't. Soul. When you give 100% of your focus to a single minute, you charge that minute with soul. This is what the Japanese call shogunin kishitsu, the craftsman's spirit. When you work with Mottainai, you aren't just doing a task, you are performing an act of worship. This leads us to the third pillar, the one that will make you feel like you have a superpower. Pillar number 3, the infinite loop of gratitude. In the West, we think gratitude is something you feel after you get what you want. In the Mottainai system, gratitude is the engine of work. Hiroshi was grateful for the broken bowl. He was grateful for the scraps of wood. He was grateful for the calluses on his hands. Because he was grateful, he couldn't bear to waste them. Do you see the psychological trick here? If you hate your job, you will waste your time at your job. If you hate your body, you will waste your time at the gym. But if you view your time as a sacred gift from your ancestors, from the universe, or from God, you physically cannot waste it. It would be an insult. It would be Mottainai. When you sit down to work tomorrow, I want you to try the Hiroshi protocol. Close your eyes for 60 seconds. Imagine your life is over. You are a ghost standing in your room. You see your desk, your computer, your books. You would give anything, to have just one more hour of boring work, to have one more chance to struggle, to have one more scrap of time. Now open your eyes. You have that hour. That surge of energy you feel, that is the Mottainai activation. You are no longer working. You are rescuing your life from the void. But wait, there is a shadow side to this, a trap that many people fall into when they try to master their time. They become efficient robots. They try to squeeze every second so hard that they forget to breathe. That is not Mottainai. That is just another form of waste. Wasting your peace of mind is the ultimate Mottainai. Hiroshi didn't just work. He watched the moon, he drank tea, but when he watched the moon, he only watched the moon. He didn't check his phone, he didn't think about his bills. He gave the moon its full essence. True time mastery isn't about doing more things. It's about doing fewer things with more of you. The reason you feel overwhelmed isn't because you have too much to do. It's because you are doing many things with half of yourself. You are leaving fragments of your soul in every tab you open, in every unfinished thought, in every multitasking disaster. You are scattered. You are a broken bowl that hasn't been repaired. So how do we fix the bowl? We use the kintsugi of time. Kintsugi is the Japanese art of repairing broken pottery with gold. The scars become the most beautiful part of the object. Your past is full of wasted years. You are thinking, it's too late for me. I've already wasted so much time. I'm 20, 30, 50, the room has already burned. Stop. That thought is Mottainai. Regretting the past in a way that paralyzes the present is a double waste. You are burning the survivors to mourn the dead. Instead, take the gold of your realization today. Use it to join the fragments of your remaining time. Your future can be even more beautiful than a past that was never broken. Because now, you know the value of the scrap. Now, you know the sanctity of the second. Hiroshi lived to be 90 years old. He became one of the most celebrated craftsmen in Japan. When he died, he didn't leave a massive fortune. He left a workshop where not a single turfwood was on the floor. Everything had been used. Everything had found its purpose. He died with a full heart and an empty bowl. That is the goal. You came into this world with a vessel full of time. Most people leak it out until they are empty and bitter. I am telling you to use every drop. Drink the day, squeeze the hour, honor the minute. Now, I have a final open loop to close for you, the one I promised at the beginning. How do you make this unstoppable? How do you ensure that tomorrow isn't just another day of trying and failing? It's the rule of the grain of rice. In ancient Japan, children were taught that 7 time spirits lived in a single grain of rice. If you threw it away, you are offending 7 spirits. I want you to pick 1 grain of time tomorrow, just 1. It could be the first 10 minutes of your morning or the 15 minutes of your lunch break. Decide that those minutes are sacred. Decide that in those minutes, nothing exists but your purpose. No phones, no noise, no ego, just the Mottainai spirit. Once you master 1 grain, you will want to master the bowl. And once you master the bowl, you will realize that you don't need more time. You already have all the time in the universe. You just need to stop letting it burn. The fire is still going, my friend. The room is still hot. But you aren't sitting on the floor anymore. You have the gold. You have the brush. You have the spirit of Hiroshi. Don't let this video be another waste. Don't let these 10,000 words be motenai. Go, build, repair, live, because the only thing scarier than the fear of death is the regret of a life that was never truly used. Master your time, master your essence. If you are ready to stop wasting your life and start honoring your potential, type motenai in the comments. Let the world know that you are no longer a victim of distraction, but a guardian of the sacred second. I'll see you in the workshop of your new life. Until then, remember, nothing is wasted if you decide right now to make it count. Sanshin.